thoughts on the book, about their association with the book, the author, or life positive, and then we could move into a brief discussion that Suma is going to sort of moderate. Thank you. We'll start with Dr. Vijaya, and then we can pass the mic onwards.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you very much for doing the work. Congratulations. What I like about this book is the title. To start with, I want healthy kids. Life is a journey of participation. So every parent needs to make a decision. We have to get involved. We have a culture which is called Vedanta. The meaning of Vedanta is you take responsibility, introspect, introject, detect, delete, and then action. Today what's happening is, for whatever the reason, the information comes and immediately action. And again wrote the title of the book, I want healthy kids, a practical guide. Get involved, go through it, and your experience will tell you what is practical to you, and if it is not practical, why you have to get involved. There is so much of information which has come out as knowledge. Your experience is your knowledge. It is her experience which she came out and shared. We are all in this life journey. Life is a journey. And that has to start with your own body, which is representing everything, whether it is a child, whether it is an adult. The rest of it is the role we are playing. So this will bring you what role you are playing and very strong part. And it's a very readable, wonderful, participatory. The second thing I really liked about it is participatory. It is fun, it is not serious. And personally, why I am telling with this is, I can only remember 53 years back when I made a journey, almost like this. The moment you become a mother, something happens to you and you really have to give the best. And I think that is the time. Universe is with you to point out to you, hey, it's your kid, you have to take responsibility. And somewhere, what you study vanishes in front of the kid, and somewhere you start vibing with the kid. And there, that information, one information I had was sugar. And I'm so happy that I took action for something which I knew is not good. And from that day onward, that is, it's from 1973 to now, I'm still asking, there are millions of papers written about sugar alone, and why still it is around us? That's the question I want all of us to ask. Today, sadly, the responsibility is not the parents alone, the child alone. We have been trapped in a situation where we have to really look into the practical side, and without knowing we are going to say that what can I do? I think this will give you lots of tips. So thank you very much. Congratulations. So take the journey with brilliant, with courage, with faith, with trust, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Shinali, to kindly take the mic now. Shinali.
So when I first got the manuscript for this book, I got the version that you had out in the Middle East, and I knew I wanted to write a book like this, but it was possibly going to happen at a later time, and Alia beat me to it. But this book is, it's a book that had to arrive into the Indian market. The time had come, and we need a book like that. She's written it so well, it's so simplistic, it's so easy to understand, and like Dr. Venkat said, it's so participatory, it's so interactive. And it's not rocket science, it's taking us back to our traditional styles of eating, ways of eating, things we never included in our diet before. And coming from the macrobiotic tradition, that's where I come from. we know that the first 7 years of the child are really crucial in shaping their habits for the future. And with whatever's going around, you and me, I mean adults here sitting and me, were eating far healthier when we were growing up as kids. Although I must admit, coming from a North Indian household, I was full of stuff, and you know, at a later age, my parents couldn't really understand what was going on with me on a health level, and the doctors couldn't answer it, and it was food that solved it eventually. So the book really takes you back to simplistic things which you can do for your kids, things which are available. You know, nothing esoteric, nothing, you know, that's out of the Indian market. It really speaks to you. It's a wonderfully written book. Alia's done a great job, and I feel very fortunate that she asked me to write the foreword for this book. I really think you guys should get a copy. I mean, this book should be gifted to anyone who has children. So you should be buying copies and gifting this book around, because it's that kind of a book. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you so much, Nani. Thank you.
Thank you, Suma, for having me here, and many congratulations, Alia, for this book. So I want healthy kids. We've all been saying that, and everybody's been wishing that. The problem is that we are in a world which is kind of has changed. When I see my nephew who's 2 years old, and you know, he's opening the iPhone and playing on the different apps, shutting it down, we realized that when we were 2 years old, perhaps we were eating dirt. So the world has changed, and therefore the needs have changed. Also in the Indian context, we know that the dubious reputation that we are going to have, or we have, that we are the diabetes capital of the world, or the heart disease capital of the world. Unfortunately, it starts from the childhood years. The nutrition that you had in your childhood, that kind of actually impacts your adult life also. So again, in that sense, this issue becomes extremely important for us. The book, I don't want to repeat it, it is extremely user-friendly. It is makes for a very easy read. And it's not from a nutritionist, it's more from a hands-on mother, which we feel when we read it. And it is so important when, as everybody has said, once you're a mother, everything that you've been taught in your schools and in your universities goes out of the window, because it actually doesn't work. The dining table can become a battleground. So yes, these small tips, great to use, great to incorporate, and we are all going to benefit from that.
Food has an enormous role to play in your health. I too, like Alia and Shonali and various others, have suffered enormously because of eating the wrong food. I remember that I came down with asthma a few years back, and it was Ayurveda that actually helped me by making me shift my diet greatly. I'm now gluten-free and dairy-free and free of various other kinds of foods. So I totally testify to the fact that we need to be conscious of the kind of food we eat. I'm also extremely aware that in today's times, there's so much thrust on us by the media, and there's so much of visceral appeal that's made to us, and right now I think the world is somewhat obsessed with food. So all of this makes it very difficult for parents and nutritionists probably have an uphill task, I'm sure. The parents have it really hard because there are so many things they'd like their children to do, but it's very difficult to make them do it. I think that's where Alia has really come out with an extremely beautiful book, because she knows how to get across to children. She also knows what's practical, what's not. She doesn't expect that children should completely, drop, because that's, I think, not feasible. So she draws a very healthy kind of moderate line, and I think that would help parents actually to manage their children and yet take them along the route of health. I'm excited by this book. I've been thoroughly enjoying reading it, and I see a great future in it. And thank you for publishing with us, Alia.